Hi, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to the 225th episode of Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of September 7th through September 14th, 2025. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-in, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. If you're interested in purchasing these books, finding out more about them, please go to Amazon. They're available in print, in Kindle, and those people who love to listen to books, they are available in audiobook form on Audible. Now, I'd like to thank those people who have liked and shared, subscribed, recommended my Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel for motivation, inspiration, healing, and all kinds of wonderful, positive, high vibrational frequency information. If you become a subscriber, it's absolutely free, and you will be notified when I upload new videos. I'd also like to thank those people who have made donations for my free content. If you'd like to make a donation, I've left my PayPal link in the description box down below with all of my details for my remarkable healing practice, Angel Healing House. And that website to go to for more information or to book those services through my healing practice, that website is www.angelhealinghouse.com. Now, I am very excited. I wish to share with you that I have been asked to be interviewed on the Podbean, that's Podbean online radio show that's called Sacred Embers, interviewed about my walk-in experience. The interview will be on this Sunday, tomorrow, September 7th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that podcast is called Enter the Light with Tony Jorgensen. I'd love you to call into the show. But here on Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we pull tarot cards, we pull oracle cards, sometimes runes, sometimes Lenormand cards, but we always look first into the astrological heavens to look at the planetary and celestial energies that will be affecting all of us. First of all, happy September to everyone. Today on September 6th, Uranus, the planet of innovation, revolution, and the breaking of old patterns, entered into Gemini, the planet of curiosity, adaptability, and with it being an air sign, communication. This event is presenting us with a monumental shift in our consciousness that will awaken our throat chakras and change the way we express ourselves, because it peels back layers where we have been censoring or ignoring the expression of our authentic selves. Now, my angelic family, the posse of angels who I'm part of, we have mentioned many, many times over the past 22 years that those of us who have experienced former incarnations where we championed for the increase of love and light on this planet were destroyed for our wonderful intentions. In my past life sessions with clients, one client wanted to be cured of her fear. And her fear was the fear of heights. She had no idea where this came from. It turned out that she was a midwife healer who lived in medieval England, and she was thrown off a tower for her healing abilities. Another client had a fear of drowning, and in her past life session with me, it was revealed that she was put in the stocks and then lowered into a lake and drowned for being a witch because she was encouraging people to use their intuitions. In my best-selling book, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. By the way, this book is the prequel to I Am an Angelic Walk-In. In that book, I speak about my 5 most important past lives as they helped me grow the most spiritually. And in that life, I was a healer in 14th century Scotland when I was providing encouragement, motivation, and inspiration to the other serfs owned by the lord of the land on which I lived. I was encouraging them to think for themselves, use their intuitions, and reconnect to their divine eternal natures. Well, the church didn't like this and was feeling the effects as more and more people were empowered, and they no longer went to church to find their salvation, and fewer parishioners meant fewer people to tithe. Well, suffice it to say that the ending for myself in that incarnation did not go very well. I won't tell you in case you want to read the book, it might be a spoiler, but I was deemed a witch and I was destroyed by the church. But the posse of angels is quick to chime in here and say that with the raised consciousness on the planet, we, those who promote love and light, have been promised never to be destroyed again for this. Now, Uranus only wishes us the best outcome, but ultimately, its energy wants us to be more and more of our true selves, and it will change anything that is out of alignment with our authentic selves. The energies around this event are giving many a sense that there are higher forces at work, as there is a destined, a fated, karmic feel in the air, being at the right place, at the right time, with the right people appearing for us. And even if we have not been shown all the puzzle pieces, there is a feeling now that the universe is on our side. The universe has always been on our side, and that somehow things will eventually not only work out, but they will work out much better than we ever could and had ever have expected. Now, tomorrow, on September 7th, we have a blood moon eclipse in the dreamy, watery sign of Pisces, when our intuitive abilities will be increased and our dreams will give us prophetic signs as to what will be manifesting for us. Now, it's called a blood moon because the moon at this time of the year turns a reddish color. As lunar eclipses tend to bring endings into our lives, many can expect conclusions to events, projects that we started during the new moon in Pisces around 6 months ago. Now is the time to review them and finish them up. While the posse of angels is sharing a caution, please do not start anything new under this moon of conclusions during this time. It's strictly for endings. This will be clearing a path for us to align with something greater for us. Now, these endings, of course, are making room and space for the new to come in. And we have a solar eclipse on the 21st of September, which is all about new things and fresh starts coming in for us, new information. It's important to remember that eclipses speed up timelines. So whatever is cleared from our path, it might not make sense for us just yet. Not quite yet, but that's where our trust and faith comes in at this time. That these fated, destined, karmic eclipses will always, always put us where we need to be and with those connections we need to be with. Also, because of the intense, heightened, revelatory light of full moon eclipses, they often will shine a light on secret or hidden information that needs to come out of the shadows, now to be seen, because it is the divine timing for this information to come to light. This may cause hurt. It may cause painful awakenings or realizations that perhaps you've been betrayed, perhaps you've been lied to, but they are always there for our highest good and to shine a light on something for our karmic path. For instance, on a previous full moon eclipse, this was years ago, a client of mine whose father passed away many years previously, there was not a reading of the will because her mother said that he willed everything to go to his wife. Well, she found out on that full moon eclipse that he had left a substantial nest egg for his daughter and that the mother kept her father's wishes hidden from her. Being a total full moon eclipse is very intense. It's important to note that this is a um, it's important to note that this is a North Node eclipse. While both North Node and South Node eclipses are connected with our life purpose, South Node eclipses are more about releasing old karma, and North Node eclipses are about creating new possibilities in our lives. So next up, after this huge event tomorrow, we have September 9th, which is the ninth month of a ninth day, and this creates a portal, the 9-9. With the number 9 being the number of graduations, it's important for us to look back on what we have graduated from in our life. Perhaps you finally found closure on harmful, life-draining patterns of overgiving, unblaming, of resenting, of low self-worth, and replaced it with unconditional love and forgiveness, especially for yourself. Perhaps where there was previously feelings of lack and scarcity and disappointment and blame, you've changed that with seeing your life from a higher perspective of gratitude and appreciation for the challenges and the trials that you endured because they taught you so much about yourself. 9 is also the number of spiritual enlightenment, which we often attain at the end of a graduation point. It's much like the world card in tarot when we've gone through all the other 21 cards on our journey and garnered not only knowledge and experience, but we've turned that into wisdom. Then after the 9th, we have a few days of rest and recovery because we're integrating these energies of the Uranus in Gemini and then the blood moon, full moon, lunar eclipse, and then the 9-9. So then we experience the energies of the next transit, which is on September the 13th. We will have Mercury, the planet of knowledge, information, and communication, conjunct the Sun, bringing us great insight and clarity. It's important to remember that Mercury is the messenger of the gods, and the Sun represents our purpose. So when these two get chummy together, we receive messages not only about who we are, but what our purpose is. And while this information may not feel like a breakthrough, it is nonetheless very important at this time. Everyone, September is a month that vibrates on a very magical, abundant frequency, resonating prosperity and incredible good fortune and good luck for many. Expect to be blessed with miracles, positive, wonderful, life-changing news for many, unexpected opportunities and possibilities, offers, and the right connections appearing at the right time. Many will bathe in the revelations of their hard work finally paying off and their accumulated karma being paid handsomely. Remember, September is in no way an ending, but only the beginning because of what and who the eclipses will reveal to us. The revelations under the light of these eclipses will encouraging us to make a gosh almighty leap out of our comfort zones and to explore new, more authentic ways of being. Well, the posse of angels is reminding us that the more we welcome change into our lives, the easier time we will experience with these September energies. And they're quick to point out that for those who will be finding out hidden and concealed information and truth, and it might be hurtful and painful, well, they really wish for us to trust that this is being done and revealed for our highest and greatest good, and to have faith that all in the long run will be well. Now, for additional messages, the Posse of Angels pointed me to my Angel Healing House tarot cards with me, Angel Ariel, on the back, and they said, pull one card for the overall message of this reading and then hide it away. I won't even look at it, I promise, until the end of the reading. So let's get one of those cards. Well, that one wanted to turn over, but wasn't quite there yet. And 1, 2, 3, 3 piles. 1, 2, 3, and there's the card, and we will hide it until the end. Okay, put that over there. Okay, so they directed me then to this beautiful deck, lovely deck. It's called Fairy Tale Oracle, and it's by Kate Forsyth, and I'm having such a delightful time with this deck. Not only bringing out my inner child as I remember these fairy tales, but they have such wonderful messages. If you're not familiar with it, it takes 8 fairy tales and like Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel, Bluebeard, the Swans, Beauty and the Beast, and a few more. And they take 4 messages from each fairy tale and present them with beautiful illustrations, as you'll see. Okay, so the Posse of Angels wanted me to pull a 4-card reading for this, and the first card that came out was this one. It is number 2. It is the card Tower, and it's from the fairy tale Rapunzel, and this one is liberation. And many will be feeling liberation. Now, just looking at the card, the communication comes in with this little bird to give us information and direction and clarity how to move forward after a time of being in the dark, perhaps, being stagnant or being still. So let's see what this card has to offer us with its message of liberation and the Tower. Our first card is, as I said, from the fairy tale Rapunzel. There are many in the collective who feel that in some regards they have been invisible and unseen, unheard for their abilities and their talents. They've not been recognized. Instead of being saddened, angry, and resentful of this lack of recognition, the Posse of Angels wish for us to know that if we knew the reason for this, we would kiss the feet of our spirit team for cloaking many of us. This is difficult to fathom, especially if we've gone through such harrowing financial difficulties when we had the gifts, knowledge, and talents to help so many to heal and regain peace in their lives. They're assuring us that we co-created for this invisibility to occur by locking ourselves away in a metaphorical tower because the world was not consciously at the stage to hear, see, or comprehend our wisdom. For this reason, it was a tower, they're saying, not of captivity, but a tower of protection, sequestering us away until the world was ready for us. Well, in this September, in this eclipse season, now that the world has shifted into higher consciousness, many of us will now be liberated to share not only our talents, but to be recognized and financially remunerated for our services. How wonderful. A final liberation. The next card that came out for us was this card, which is a 10, which is a 1, new beginnings, leadership, and its fairy godmother. Number 10 often shows up as the universe will present us and its fairy godmother. I love that it's fairy godmother, and its message is assistance. When we are at these times of transformative and amazing life changes, people are often brought to us that wish to help us. We co-create for them to come into our lives. Now, the fairy godmother, of course, is from the fairy tale Cinderella and its message of assistance. Life is so often like a fairy tale in which we co-create and contract situations in which we have to face adversity to teach us a lesson, for us to find out just how brave and capable we are to overcome events. But this card assures us that it always, the universe, spirit, God, source, creator, always has our back, and that many will experience magical and mystical connections now under these eclipses. Some would even call them miraculous, who will be eclipsed into our lives in order to offer us assistance with no less than our wish fulfillment in ways that we could never, ever possibly have imagined. Well, my angelic family, the posse of angels, is reminding us that today's lunar eclipse is all about endings. The solar eclipse is all about new things entering our lives. And with that will come those very new connections that will offer us assistance. Beautiful. So we have the tower, which is our liberation from being in that tower, being unseen and unheard. And then the fairy godmother. The connection comes in with assistance for us. Our next card coming out for us is number 12, which is a number 3. 3 is the number of creation and miracles. And it's the glass slipper, again from Cinderella, with its message of recognition. And I love that it has a dragonfly on her hand, which is transformation. Transformation, especially about an illusion that we might have had. So the fairy godmother, or whoever this miraculous, magical, uncanny connection is that will be showing up for so many in September to give them, again, direction, clarity, and support, is appearing because they recognize, they see you. They are of the high vibrational frequency to be able to see your energies, your talents, your gifts, your abilities, and your skills, and they have been karmically sent to help you. And it could be to provide the finances for your projects, to publish your books, to create a media platform for your gifts to be showcased, and so many other areas. They're doing this because they believe in you. They feel very deeply connected to you and to foster your success. The truth is that you have met this person in previous incarnations. The posse of angels and I have spoke about how many people that we had to be separated from when we were in creating the golden age in Atlantis, in the last experiment of Atlantis. And now we're going to be brought again to once again create a golden era on this planet. And they're fated to come back into our lives now to help us again. So, getting out of that tower, being liberated from that through the connections, our fairy godmother, assistance, and also now because they recognize us. And what better card to complete this 4-card fairy tale story than the sun? And this sun is from The Little Mermaid. I love that fairy tale. And this card is the card 18, which is the sun. And its message is be radiant. Not only radiant in the way you and it just increased in light as I took the card away, but in the way the way you are physically seen, but in what you express. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. There, be your own unique, very special energetic signature, because there's no other signature like yours. It is so unique in any space, time, and dimension. I like that this card is card number 18, which in Hebrew is Chai, which translates to life. And that is exactly many in the collective will feel. They will feel more alive, as if they're coming back to life, liberated, recognized, being given the assistance and reborn. The posse of angels wish for us to know that unlike the lack or the stop or start flow of radiant, illuminating, bright energies that we may have experienced previously, this flow of sunshiny energies is shining upon many of us now, and it'll continue to flow and bring us our heart's desires, many of them coming in absolutely miraculous, life-giving ways, just like the sun. So beautiful fairy tale story there. Let's go to our Kali Oracle. Very powerful Kali goddess energy. Energies there. And two cards flipped out of my Kali deck. The first one was this one. A bit scary with all the skulls, but it's Samashana Kali. Life as you have known it will change radically, and this can be a welcome release. Kali is not quiet, subdued in the cremation grounds. She is wild, she is thriving and vital. Kali brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings an end to stagnation. What did we just say about that liberation card? We are being liberated from the tower of our lives. There's the message of liberation. And she brings an end to stagnation that has been depleting our life force energy. Why? Because it's karmically the right divine timing for those connections and those events to show up for us. The other card that's coming in is this one. I hope I pronounce it properly. It's Lalita Tripura Sundari. A chapter in your life is closing. What else under this total full moon eclipse, which is happening tomorrow and will not be reopening? And many of us are singing hallelujah to that. This will be a reason for celebration. Whatever you need to release right now shall create the space for what is, again, divinely destined, fated for you to manifest through her grace, through the grace of God, Source Creator, as all things come from that grace of that divine source. You shall enjoy a change of pace and a release from intensity. Open your heart to the beginning of, I just said it, a golden era. And thank you so much for contributing your love and your light to this new golden age on planet Earth. Next, I pulled two very important cards of angel numbers. And this one was 13 that came out starting fresh. It says, step out of your comfort zone. And I just said that. Take a leap out of your comfort zone into your new life and begin creating something meaningful. Your skills and talents are aligned to bring you auspicious rewards. Build your confidence and trust in your decisions as you embark on those new beginnings. So you may see 1313 or any combination of those numbers showing up in your life. Those words are creative endeavors, communication with Uranus going into Gemini, encouragement, ambition, building strong foundations. And this one was amazing. 444, angel number, protection, transformation, courage, clarity, your purpose, strength, and discipline. And it says, prepare for the blessings that you've been waiting for because they're on the way. You were born for a higher purpose. Focus your energy on your goals and trust that the universe will align just the right people at the right timing. It's fated. It's karmic. Don't push anything. Don't try to control anything. Just open to receive and surrender to your spiritual team, your angels and your spirit guides and God Source Creator. So it says, focus your energy on your goals and trust that the universe will align the right people, the opportunities, and resources to realize your dreams. So 444 and 1313 came out today. Now, let's go and see which tarot card it was that came out for us as we go into this time of liberation, of recognition, um, of completion, all of these things. That card is, what else should it be but the world? Look at that laurel wreath that the universe is being handed to us because of all, not in spite of, but because of all of those challenges that we co-created for ourselves. We learned so much about ourselves. We turned that knowledge into wisdom, and now we are being rewarded. We're being recognized. We're being liberated with this completion. We've been through all of the other tarot cards. When I teach my students tarot, I teach them that, we go through this hero's journey, if you want to call it, from 0 point, where we have had to start all over again, and we learn so much, and now we're coming to the end of it to start again. But we start again as the Fool, not as a fool, but with all of that wisdom that we've acquired. And now the world is ours. I hope all of that has been helpful to you. I am so excited to hear from everyone, to see how this eclipse season will eclipse things out of your life in order to eclipse things into your life. Do remember that my Angel Healing House emotion code sessions will uncover those negative trapped emotions that often keep clients in a cycle of just replaying a negative loop in their life of negative energies and creating negative energies in their lives so that they can't get past flying their plane above the fog and creating heaven on earth for themselves. If you're interested in any of my sessions, those wonderful intuitive counseling sessions with myself and my angelic family, the Posse of Angels, distant healing with Reiki, those Reiki sessions are amazing. Please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Everyone, go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. And I'm wishing you love and, as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.